So I made this video right now because I've been recently, actually it's been for a while now, I've been looking for solutions to help me with my depression, lack of happiness, no drive, motivation, things of that nature. Basically everything. Solutions to keep me motivated, to keep me on point, to keep me happy and fulfilled while I'm on my way to where I want to go. But there isn't any solutions. Not really. Yes, there's videos here and there saying to meditate and to visualize and imagining like white light coming in my body, and that just takes away all the bad feelings, and that's just not how it works. That's just not real, especially with like the new age community nowadays. The love and lighters, love and light, everything they say, love and light. I think that's deflecting a lot of the journey, just dismissing it completely as love and light. You have to deal with the difficult and the negative, and you have to actually feel it and cognize it before it will have been absorbed by your being enough to where it doesn't have to repeat anymore in the future. So, one reason I'm making this video is because I obviously have no other friends that are into this type of stuff. I live in Tennessee, so it's like Bible Belt. Everybody here is conservative Christian, just basically the opposite of what I am. So I don't really have the depth of knowledge as to what works for the general population of people. I don't have that kind of awareness, so I'm wanting to like reach out to other people via YouTube just to see if there's anything that somebody else might have experienced, like just like me, and then they fixed it, and then they tell me. I'm kind of a very social person, but I kind of am at the same time. I'm a very rare breed. I don't really like talking at all. I kind of just like being still and to myself, and I don't speak very much. Like this video that I'm making right now is probably more words than I've spoken in the past week. I'm not really sure why I've been like shut down to be so quiet like that, but that's how I am now. And that can make it difficult to experience new things and to come into yourself more, realizing who you really are. You can't do that just with not saying anything at all. You can't go out and do things without communicating anything at all. And after a while, this can lead to a lot of depression, like it has in my case. And then, aside from that, it can also leave you to like unplug out of society. And then you fast forward 8-9 years, and then you don't know what to do. You literally just don't know what to do. No sense of direction or anything. What is that called? The magnetic thing. My inner compass. My inner compass is working. It's just when it comes to outside of me, I'm used to always being within myself. What you would think would be the best way of living, but it's good for some parts, but it requires a balance, just like everything in this world requires a balance. So, 6 tangents later. So, how do you guys get through your depressive periods. Does anybody else experience the lack of communication or the fear of communication as a result of the hypersensitivity of your senses, sensory and extrasensory? Because I'm very curious to know. I've been wanting to start this YouTube channel thing for like ever, and I have not been able to bring myself to do it out of fear. So today, I guess, is when that stops. And I'm just going to push through it. I'm trying to bring awareness to all the areas of unconsciousness that's in my life right now. And I'm sure that whatever is happening with me personally will then be a direct reflection of what's happening at other people's lives. So I'm sure a lot of people will relate to this. It's hard to be a hermit and hard to be antisocial like that, and at the same time have all of this knowledge and wisdom from all the experiences that you've experienced on your spiritual journey. It is so hard to hold that inside of you, because it literally just, with every waking breath, just wants to burst out of you, and it takes all of your strength just to hold it in. So I'm trying to allow it to come out now, and I don't want to just constantly let it out all the time, or else that will be more or less an ego type thing. So we went over if you guys don't care to, and if you guys found this information to be valuable and helpful for your own journey, if you could do me a huge favor and please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Only though if you got any value from it. If you didn't, and you didn't really resonate with any of it, I don't want you to contribute to something that you do not believe in. So reserve your subscriptions for that. And depending on how these types of videos do in the months and months to come, because I know this video is not going to get many views, if any, for a while, until I start building up some more on the channel. So my kind of vision for this type of YouTube channel would be that which I focus on pure, unbiased truth. No fabrication, no inauthenticity. Just tangible truth that is left up to the objective minds to create their own opinions and draw conclusions accordingly. Because there's so many YouTube channels on YouTube nowadays, especially in the spiritual context, that are just, it's like the same thing has been wrapped up 1,000 different times in 1,000 different ways with different colored bows. All they do is change the wrapping paper, but it's the same information, and the vibration in the words as they say that information does not feel like, doesn't have that substance, that ring, that feeling of dynamic depth that you get when you hear such profound truth. Most videos don't have that nowadays at all, and so it's quite stressful to have all of these huge questions, and then you have all of these proclaimed answers in these other videos by these other people who are trying to get views and likes and comments and all that, who are doing anything that they really need to or have to get to be in that level of success that they want so badly. But I want a source that has dynamic truth, holographic truth. So it's not just one way of looking at one thing, it's an infinite way of looking at infinite things. There's multiple different layers, dynamics, and just multi. It's kind of depressing to be a light worker nowadays, if I'm being completely genuine and authentic about it. Something inside of me kind of tells me that the teachings nowadays and the spiritual paradigm of you don't need anybody else but yourself to be happy, successful, and fulfilled and all of that, I think that has a lot of truth in it, but it's not the only truth. I think that there's more to it than that, and if we really are one, and we all come from the same source, then that would make us a species of connection, a species that craves, desires, has to have connection. So if we teach ourselves that we don't need anybody else outside of us, that kind of lets us be absent and isolated from anybody. We don't have to have it. So if we don't have to have it, why do it? So you don't do it for a long time, then you get way flung out of balance. And a lot of times you don't even realize it, because a lot of people, this is not a judgment, it's just most people are not very aware, especially what they're thinking and what they're doing and why they're doing it. So it can be confusing, and you can get lost very quick. I don't know. I think I've just went over like 20 different subjects all at once. I hope this helps at least one person. This is more or less just practice to get used to being on camera, because this YouTube channel thing is going to start requiring me to video. And I'm still a little bit afraid, but pushing through it. Well, I guess that's it for this video today. What are your solutions for happiness and depression and isolation and anti-socialism? What are your remedies? What do you do to make you feel better in the moment as you're going throughout life? I'd like to read them. I'd love to hear them. So comment below, like, share, subscribe, whatever. If you found this helpful, or if you found this at all alleviating as to the fact that someone else is thinking and feeling these ways too. It's not all love and light like a lot of people proclaim it to be. So I wish all of you guys luck and peace on your journey and road to enlightenment. And I will make one of these videos again very, very soon. This is my practice, so get better as we go on. Thank you guys for watching, all of you. I am truly grateful for it.